subtle ways you give your power away without you realizing. Most people don't lose their power, they give it away quietly. What do I mean by that? I just want to say this, I'm not no specialist. I am not no like doctor or anything like that. I just give advice from my own my own research that I'm researching, my own experiences and all that. So I don't want people to be like, oh, is she a teacher? Is she a professional? I'm not none of that, okay? So whatever I tell you guys, I want you guys to use your wisdom and discernment, okay? Don't just follow my advice like blindly. I want you guys to do your own research. I want you guys to also like tell me if I'm right, if I'm wrong, if you disagree. I'm okay with all of that. So the first thing is you apologize for your feelings. Each time you water down your feelings, just so then you don't make the other person uncomfortable, you basically give away your power because people don't see you as like strong. A person with power is mostly respected. So if you are basically watering down your emotions so the other person does not feel uncomfortable, you are really giving away your power. Each time you think of a powerful person, you think of a well-respected person. Like literally power and respect go hand in hand. You either water down your feelings, you sugarcoat your feelings, or you say sorry before sharing a boundary. You should never say sorry before sharing your boundary because that is real life. This is your boundary. You shouldn't apologize for feeling some type of way. I want you guys to understand that your feelings are always valid. The way you feel is something that you can't take away. Like if I feel some type of way, I can't be like, I know I feel this way, but maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm dramatic. Maybe I'm just, today's just not a good day. Like your feelings are always valid. So if you feel like you feel some type of way, you want to talk to the person, just talk to the person. You know what I'm saying? Pull them to the side. You don't have to talk about that thing right there and then, but sometimes you just have to, take some time, think about how you're going to say it to the person and be respectful when you talk to the person. Don't just come out and just be like, oh yeah, this is how I feel. You made me feel this way. Like there's a way to deliver the message and how you feel to the other person. If you just kind of just say, you made me feel, people won't listen to you because they think that you're basically attacking them. If you say, I feel this way because you did X, Y, and Z, most likely they will be able to like sit down and hear you out because they're like, okay, hold on. I can put myself in your shoes and understand where you're coming from. So subtle ways you can give away your power is when you apologize for your feelings. Your feelings are always valid. When you apologize for your feelings, you teach people that your emotions are negotiable. Each time you apologize for your feelings, you teach people your emotions are negotiable. And that's a red flag. If somebody was to tell me, I'm so sorry, I was feeling this way when you did X, Y, and Z, I would be like, okay, well, let's try to figure out how you can't feel this way. Or like, I'll try to kind of like try to manipulate you. Like, I feel like once you apologize for your feelings, people can just look at you as a weak person and be like, yeah, I can prey on you. So you always want to be careful who you like, do that to. I wouldn't say to do it at all. Like if it's a boundary, it's a boundary. Just don't do it. If you feel some type of way, just state how you feel. Never say that you made me feel. Just say I feel this way because, you know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't seem like you're attacking the person. You guys have to understand that your feelings are valid. You need to state your feelings and say it in a respectful tone. The way you deliver it also use discernment and wisdom to know when to say things. I'm not saying to just go ahead and just, hey, this is how you know what I'm saying? I feel this way because, you know what I'm saying? There's like a way to say things to people. Always assess the situation before you go ahead and confront people. And I want people to understand that I'm not saying to go ahead and confront everybody. There are times where you don't need to confront people. Like there are times you just have to walk away. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if I specified that or I stated that, or you guys understand where I'm coming from, but the people that understand, you guys understand. There's certain times you can confront people and there's certain times where it's just like, it's really not necessary. I don't need to see this person ever again. So I'm just going to act like and just move on with my life. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to say that before we just move on to the second point, because the second way is over-explaining decisions to avoid disappointment, right? Or disappointing people. Each time you over-explain your decisions to avoid, like I said, discomfort or disappointing people, that basically gives away your power. Like literally people don't take you serious. People think that, okay, you're a weak person. You're not as powerful. I know a lot of people might be like, oh, I don't need power. Why do I need power? You know what I'm saying? And okay, some people may not need power. Each time you over explain your decisions so then other people don't get disappointed is really a bad sign. People will look at you as, ugh, you're just not it. Would basically justify why they can't go somewhere or write long paragraphs to sound reasonable. I have to literally sit here and write down all my thoughts that's in my head to basically sound reasonable. A powerful person just needs basically few words. You don't need a lot of words in order for you to like show that you're all that, or show that, you know what I'm saying, you got it. You don't need a lot of words to prove something to someone. You writing long paragraphs to sound reasonable just makes you look less powerful. You trying to convince yourself you owe people explanations is also another way that gives away your power without you realizing. A decision isn't disrespectful just because someone else doesn't like it. Just because someone doesn't like it, that's them. Like, people may not like your decisions. That's life. Everything that you do, people are going to hate. Decisions that you make, people are not going to be happy about it, no matter what you do. So I want you guys to understand this. Repeat after me. No matter what you do, people are going to be disappointed. Okay? You wearing a pink shirt, pink sweater, whatever the case may be, they're going to be disappointed. Me even saying this is a sweater, they're going to be like, oh, what? It's not a sweater. It's a zip up. Okay. So an example is, you didn't want to attend something, but instead of saying, I won't be able to make it, you literally explain your whole entire schedule to them. Like, I'll be sitting here talking about so in the morning I did this. So because I have the kids this day, my mom dropped the kids off here. Also I had to go do this. I had to go do that. I also had Pilates at 5. Then I had to go help my man do. Cut it. Just cut it. Like, don't even explain. Don't even explain. You literally over explaining your decisions to avoid disappointing people. You're always going to disappoint people. If people can't take your no, then that's that. Like I told you guys in the other video, no should be a complete sentence. You don't need to explain and say everything that you did that day. You can't make it. You cannot make it. Now, if it's like you're, somebody that you want to explain things to, that's okay. That's a different situation. If you want to explain why you can't make it, that's okay. That's totally fine. The last thing is, you tolerate disrespect because it's not that deep. You should never let someone brainwash you or tell you you're too sensitive, because your feelings are valid always. For example, they dismiss your feelings and say, relax, you're too sensitive, and you laugh it off to avoid conflict. We tend to basically have coping mechanisms where we either laugh or smile, so then it doesn't hurt you. For me personally, when someone says something very disrespectful to me, I just kind of try to smile, or I have a facial reaction, but I feel like my heart goes really, really fast. My eyes start to get a little bit watery. I get kind of nervous when I speak. My voice is kind of shaky. But people that know me, you could just look at my face and be like, okay, I see why she's like you kind of hurt her feelings by saying X, Y, and Z. But people that don't know me, they probably think I'm normal. But within myself, I feel very, very sensitive, and I can feel that. And it's very, very hard to go up to the person and tell the person, hey, you know what I'm saying, at that moment. Sometimes it's very, very hard to go up to the person and say, you made me feel this way, or I felt very sensitive when you said that, because it makes you look like you're not powerful. You know what I'm saying? It makes you, and I don't want to say power. The reason why I'm saying powerful is because we're talking about power today, but it makes you feel very disrespected. And people don't understand that, because they always joke around, and some people, that's how they, they show their love. I don't know, show their love. But me personally, I am not like that. And people might be like, oh, it's a strict program over there. But for me, it's just I respect you, respect me. Don't say something disrespectful if I don't know you that much. You know what I'm saying? Or even if I know you, don't be saying random stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just because you talk to your girl like that, you could talk to any girl like that. Or just because you talk to your homeboy like that, don't mean that you got to talk to me like that. You know what I'm saying? So you tolerate disrespect because it's not that deep, and it's always deep when it comes to your feelings. I'm trying to come up with an example. Even talking about it makes me I'm kind of thinking about it, but there was a time where someone said something very rude to me, and I didn't like it. And I'm not going to say what it is, because this is the internet, and sometimes people use that against you, but they said something very disrespectful. And I didn't even know how to react, and I always tell people you have to confront people and check people all the time. But it's sometimes when you're in the moment, there's a time and a way you should tell the person how you feel. Like I said, you don't have to just go ahead and just say how you feel right there and then, because it's sometimes you don't know how people react when you check them right there and then. Like I said, some people will just make you look like a fool by saying, oh, what do you mean? Like, I didn't mean it that way. Or, why are you thinking this way? Why are you thinking negative? And it's like, you just said something that disrespected me. What do you mean? Why am I thinking negative? Like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you don't know the person like that. Like, you just starting to talk to the person, they're getting too comfortable. Some people don't know their limits. They just get too comfortable and they just say whatever they think or whatever they feel. And they were like, oh, well, I looked at you as a sister, or I looked at you as, somebody I'm close with. That's why I was just free. I was, that's, people that I like or people I'm close with, I'm just free with like that. And I'm like, that's cool, but I have some type of respect for myself. So you also have to give me respect, because I don't come at you that way. So you shouldn't come at me this way. So when the person said it, I didn't say nothing back to them. I just kind of like, my man was there. So he kind of like noticed that I was kind of feeling some type of way. And he checked her. He was like, oh, why would you say that? And stuff like that. And then the person was just like basically there was nothing wrong with it. Like, I didn't say nothing crazy. Like, I tell people this all the time. They don't get, in their feelings and stuff. But it kind of made me feel some type of way. But then like later on, I don't know when, later on, I did express that to the person, because it was like, she just disrespected me, and it was deep. Like, it wasn't deep to that person, but to me, it was very, very deep. Anyways, long story short, I just want to say, don't ever tolerate disrespect because you think the people around you think it's not that deep. If you feel that it's deep, okay? No matter what. So even if it takes you like days or weeks to confront the person, as long as you confronted the person and you know for sure you want to talk to them again or whatever the case may be, always confront the person, tell the person exactly how you feel, and then go to the next. But that's one thing that I was learning. I'm still learning this one, the third one. I'm not gonna lie to you. Comment down below which one you're still working on. But for me, I think tolerating disrespect, because it's not that deep, because I'm, like I told you, I'm empathetic person. So I don't want to make anybody feel uncomfortable. I want people to be free. You know what I'm saying? So when you're free, I want you to be free. But then when you're too comfortable, it gets to a point where it's like, okay, it is deep. Okay. So tolerating disrespect, last year I did that, but this year I'm going to just try to kind of figure out how to, you know what I'm saying? Like, how to check people correctly, just how to check people the right way, not just, you know what I'm saying? Feel some type of, but it's like, I feel like people are different. Like, sometimes you just have to kind of calm yourself down, cause like I told you, when something happens right there and then, not everybody's the same way. Like, some people just take it in and they're okay with it. But some people are just like, okay, it takes some time, and it's like, okay, everything is going. Cause for me, my blood boils quick. Like, I don't know what it is. I think it's in the family or something, but it boils quick. So it's like when I'm you know what I'm saying? When I'm heated. So it's like, I just need some time to cool down, maybe cry it off, whatever the case may be, and come back and then talk to the person. Cause then if I talk to the person right there and then, I'm gonna start bawling my eyes out. I'm sorry. I'm just a girl. So I feel like the last one is something I need to, stop doing. And you apologizing for your feelings. I think I do that sometimes. I apologize for my feelings. Like, I just have a bad habit of saying sorry each time. Like I told you, I'm very empathetic. Okay. So I always say sorry. So I need to stop doing that. There are two things I think I need to work on. Over explaining my decisions to avoid disappointment. I stopped doing that. I think I'm starting to stop doing that, because it's like, there's no need for me to stop doing that. What is that?